Hello guys, I hope you're all good today. This is just going to be a quick introduction to using Ultrabeat, um, which is a sampler and drum machine within Logic. The reason I'm doing this tutorial actually is because quite a few people ask me about what I use to program my drum parts. I use a few different programs, but when I tell people I use Ultrabeat for some things, I think some people, like when they first look at it, really don't like Ultrabeat. They think it looks overly complicated, and I don't really see the potential for what it could do. So within this tutorial, I'm just going to show you some very basic things in Ultrabeat. Um, some really basic and simple to do stuff which can give you some good results in your programming. Um, as you can see, I've got Logic open here. Now, obviously, the first thing we want to do is create a software track. This is maybe very simple. This is going to be simple to a lot of people that use Logic, but there may be people watching this that have never used Logic before or new to the program. So it's going to start off pretty simple, but even if you've been using it for a while, hopefully you'll get something out of this tutorial. So the first thing you want to do is you want to go to track here. You want to select the drop down menu, select new, and then click on software instrument. So we create a software instrument which differs here from the audio track just above it. We'll look at the audio track and stuff in another tutorial. But for now, just looking at the software instrument, the first thing you want to do once that's selected, which it is here, you want to look at the channel strip which appears down the side. That will appear for any track you select. This sidebar will switch to the track that is selected. The other way to do it, of course, is to look at the mixer, which will show you all the channels. It has all the same functions, but it's very convenient that when you click on the track, it comes up as an option on the side. Now, the first thing you want to do to select Ultrabeat is to go here, just below input output. As you can see, there's currently got the EVP88 selected, but whatever you click there, that's going to select on that track. So if we hold that down, click and hold down, we have a list of all the Logic software samplers from machines. You also have external ones if there's any external ones on the computer, but we'll focus on Ultrabeat here, which is an internal sampling drum machine within Logic. We go to Ultrabeat, select it. We go to stereo, which is the simplest way to use it. You can use multi-track, and I will show you that in a future tutorial, but for this one we'll keep it simple. We'll look at stereo. Now obviously, if you're using Ultrabeat for the first time and you're not used to it, compared to a lot of software drum machines, it does look quite complicated. And it is a deep program, and it can be very complicated to use if you want to get deeply into how it functions. But you don't need to use it that way. You can actually keep it quite simple. I mean, if we look on the side here, we can see there's a selection of drum samples attached to keys. Now if we click these, we get sound from them. 1 second, we have to make sure the sound on the track. No output sound. Oh, sorry. What I didn't do here, I can select audio and preferences, and because I'm just using the speakers on the computer, I need to make sure the sound is coming out of those speakers. So if we go to output device, built-in output, and apply changes, we will now have the samples. Now I can click each of these and you can hear the sound. Now within Ultrabeat, the easiest way to use it, you have a whole lot of different drum machines in there, like collections of kits like Broken Beats, Classic Dub, Classic Techno. I'll show you a few of these. Classic Techno, there's some Classic Techno samples in there. You can go to say 90s hip hop kit, we'll have some hip hop style samples. Various different kits. Now the way I use it actually is I like to build my own kits. So the way we could do that, if you go to drum kits, we've got custom it's called drag and drop samples, which is a custom kit. Now as you can see, there's now no samples in any of these. So what we do is we add our own samples. Now we have two oscillators, as you can see, on this drum machine. There's top one and there's one down on the bottom here. Now they can both be used in terms of sound design. We've got all kinds of functions, LFOs, envelopes for designing sounds and stuff like that. And in a later tutorial I will show you how to do that. But right now in this tutorial we want to focus on building a kit using samples. And how we do that is we just go down to the second oscillator, which is this one down here. And we can see if we click over here, no samples loaded. Now what we want to do is we want to add samples to that. One way of doing it is click down, load sample. And for this first sound we'll do that. Now it gives me a list of samples that are available within the 90s hip hop kit, which was the last one loaded, which is what's going to show up. But I want to show you how we can just build our own kit using, say, what do I have on the desktop? I should have somewhere on the desktop. Let's see. Len drum kit samples. Now let's say I want to load a bass drum. We can listen to it first. It's an alright sounding bass drum. So we open that. Now this will open on this sample I had selected. We move to the next key. I will show you another way we can bring a sample in. Now that would be selecting we have the same selection of sounds on the desktop. We select, say I want a hi-hat. We pull it over, we can drag it in. And then we have a hat. And a kick. Now obviously I'm not going to do anything particularly complicated with two sounds, but I could show you how to program a sound using these. First, a couple of functions you have here. This alters the volume of the sound. The kick's quite low in comparison, so we'll turn it up a little. You have a mute function and a solo function on each sound. And you can pan it left or right. Very simple. But the main thing we obviously know now is that we have these two sounds here. Now to remember what they are, we can actually control click that's going to give me standards, isn't it? 1 second. This is actually quite interesting. This is how you can actually use sine waves to create one, but I'm going too complicated. For this one we'll keep it really simple and we program a pattern on here. So using the bass drum sample, which is this one, we do a simple 4 to the floor pattern. This is one way of doing it. You're happy with the pattern you have, you can actually control. We can put that on every downbeat or on every upbeat. You see every downbeat will have one of those. We can alter the volume so that they're all on full volume, same volume. As we can see, we've programmed the pattern here. You can switch between full view, grid view. For the hat, we'll actually use grid view. On every downbeat, and we'll have this one on every upbeat. You see we've got a hat pattern. We can play that. You can alter volumes. Length of samples. You can give a swing to it, give it that kind of swing thing, that's your sound. It's all very simple. If you get a pattern you like, you go out on the pattern here, and you drag, hold and drag, 1 second, onto the logic grid, and your pattern will appear miraculously there. if you want to do that so you can jam something to the top, you can even just loop that. It'll go as long as you like. You choose how long you want. Maybe you want an 8-bar section. And there you have your pattern. And that's the really simple guide to using Ultrabeat for the first time. Hope you enjoy.